Hello there. Happy Monday. Good afternoon. Hope everybody's having a great week. Well, today we're going to talk about classic novels. We're going to talk in here. I have a copy of, I'm going to show it to you. Okay. Here I have a copy of Crime and Punishment by Fyodor Dostoevsky, Russian novelist from 19th century Russia. Oh, what do I have here? Oh, well, I'm going to try to read a little bit from this book. Not all the book because it's a very long novel. We'll be here like, yep, great novel. Well, how's everybody doing now? Let me check my phone now. I'm going to put the link later on. Not now, maybe in about half an hour. Hey, Jojo. How are you? Thanks for coming. I'm gonna put the link right now, okay? Oh, I'm doing fine. Thanks, Jojo. Here I am. We'll talk today about classic novels. You want to talk, Jojo, about your favorite classic novel? There's a link up there. Yes, well, here I have a copy of Crime and Punishment by Fyodor Dostoevsky. Russian novelist from the 19th century Russia. Here, let me show you the book. Mhm. This is the novel of Crime and Punishment. Mhm. Yeah, very long book. It's a book that I recommend for anybody, whoever wants to write fictional crime. Whether it's crime novels or a crime movie or something like that. Yep, I got the link up. Anybody want to come up? Feel free to come if you want to talk about. Oh, first customer of the day.
It's me. Hello, hola.
Hey,
Oh,
hello,
I
Jojo. How
love,
are you?
yeah. How we, yeah, well, I've been better, but I'm not going to talk about it on here. You're talking about classic novels. I love all that anyway.
Yes, oh yes, we are. Oh yeah, sure. Talk about her
How are
classic
you?
novels.
How are you? How are you?
Oh, I'm doing fine.
Oh, good. I'm glad I caught you actually, because, like, well, I'm going to have a late night snack and go to bed in about an hour, but I'm so glad I saw you on here.
Yeah, yes. I actually canceled this one several times because I didn't have time, but this is the only
Mm.
time I'll have. Oh, you have something
Oh,
echoing there. Is that your radio?
no, that's not me. I haven't got anything on.
No, not
There's
me
no
neither.
sound here.
I turn off everything. I turn off my
Yeah,
TV.
let me mute my.
Okay.
Can you hear it?
Hey, cheap seats, how are you, man? I
Hey,
do.
Cheapstar. I love Cheapstar. I wish he'd come up one day. I'd love to hear his voice or her voice,
Yeah.
boy or girl.
Yeah. Yes, I have. I also have a copy down here of Dickens' A Tale of Two Cities.
Wow, it's funny you should mention that, Carlos, because you know where. Well, I'm not going to dox myself, but you know Charles Dickens was born in my city, and we've got a museum
Oh,
here. Yeah,
oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
yeah. Well, well, hard to say it because loads of people know it anyway. I don't care. Portsmouth, South England.
Yeah.
He was
Portsmouth.
born.
Isn't
Um,
isn't that
yeah,
in the
go on.
southern England? Isn't that in southern England?
Right down south, yeah, just near Brighton, about an hour and a half train from London. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I don't mind where I've said it loads of times where I live, but no one will ever know my address. So.
No, I know what you mean. Yeah. Yeah, well, you have other ones in your country, like Thomas Hardy, and
Tom Hardy, yeah, my stepdad met him in the co-op, the local co-op. True story.
oh, no,
Yeah,
wait a
he's from
minute. How
here.
can he? No, wait a minute. But that was back in he. How old is your stepdad?
Oh
Thomas
no,
Hardy?
I thought you were talking about I thought you were talking about the actor.
Yeah, he couldn't.
Carlos. See, you get me confused now. You
Yeah,
sexy person. No,
yeah. I
yeah,
Prince of the
Thomas
Novelist.
Hardy. He did Test of the D'Urbervilles, didn't he? Test of the
Yes,
D'Urbervilles.
exactly. Yes, exactly. They made a
Yeah.
movie about it back in 1980 with Natasha Kinski.
Oh, Natasha
It was
Kinski. Oh,
yeah.
oh,
It was
hot.
called Test. It was called
That's
Test. I
right.
remember that movie. It was nominated for Best Picture. I still remember. It was that year. It was nominated for Best Picture. It was Ordinary People that won the Best Oscar,
Wow.
and Raging Bull and Tess, and there was another movie. I think The Elephant Man was also nominated for Best Picture.
Oh, good year for classic movies, eh? Because we all
Well,
remember like The Elephant
that
Man
yes,
and Oh my
yes, those
God.
years,
Those were
those
like,
years, whether the 1980 and 79, there were a lot of good movies, filmed in those days.
wow,
Uh, yeah, a lot of good movies. But the night,
1980.
well, well, movies. I mean, films, but started at 2000s, and everything changed because because I think it changed because movies such as Harry Potter and what's that other
Yeah.
movie? And Lord of the Rings were making a lot of money, and people were and the superheroes movies came out, and people say, okay, let's make more of these movies, and that's what happened.
Yeah,
That's
but
what. But
don't you think, like, cinematography, I mean, it's always been that way anyway, regardless of the era. It's always like, shall we make money? Shall we, just, I don't know. I don't know my stance on that, really.
well, they
Yeah, it's
lost, they
interesting.
lost their art. Movies lost their art form. I remember back in the '90s, I saw a lot of good movies in the '90s. That's the last year
Oh,
I
God,
ever
yeah.
been to the movies a lot. The '90s were a lot of great films. You had oh my God, you had that movie
Yeah.
called Shawshank Redemption. You had Schindler's List,
Oh,
Pulp Fiction,
classic.
uh,
Yeah.
uh,
Green
um,
Mile.
Green
Oh,
Mile, Pulp
I could,
Fiction.
we could probably name 1,000. Like, we could probably name a
Yeah,
1,000 from the 90s and 80s. Like, but
yeah,
it's,
yeah,
I mean, I used to go to the cinema once a week probably when I could afford it when I was a teenager. I don't know about you,
yeah.
Carlos, but you probably did as well.
I did it. Well, I
It's,
did it a
I don't
lot back
know.
then. Well, not anymore because of that. All of those special effects films. Like the green, the I don't know what, him, Spider Man or
Well, that's always going to be around, though, isn't it? It's all Marvel, and that's been going for bloody
yeah.
decades, isn't it?
You know, I don't have nothing against them kind of movies, but you know,
No, but to
well, they
rehash
make it.
over and over and over again is just, yeah. I'd rather
No,
give
they're
it a
making
miss
too
if they
much of
keep
them.
rehashing it.
Well, they're just
Yeah.
making too much of those movies. Lately, those movies like like Spider Man, like I think Batman or the Black Knight or something like that.
Oh
There's a
yeah,
lot of and then
the Dark Knight, Dark Knight. Yeah, yeah. It's all been rehashed, isn't
yes,
it? I mean,
and
I do love my old movies, but
yeah,
yeah, I mean,
what's interesting about British cinema and British literature and all that stuff. You know what's
mhm.
interesting? That they
Tell
could.
me,
I mean,
tell me.
I'll tell you. Let me tell you. They can do a good movie or they can write a good book without
Mhm.
the profanity and the sex and violence. But on the other hand, other countries they have to add up those things in order to in order to make a good movie. But I
I
feel
know
in
exactly what
British,
you're saying.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
it's
British
like the
writers,
undertones of,
yeah,
yeah.
and
I
British
mean,
writers are the only ones that can do that. These
no,
are the
I
only
don't
people who.
know. I think a lot of them, where you are over the pond, I think some of you have got that idea to do it. I
Yeah,
don't know. Yeah, maybe you're right. I don't know. A
yeah,
lot of
because
our movies are made at Ealing Studios. They're like classic.
yes, well, yeah,
You
yeah.
know probably more about England movie sets than me. So
Well, yeah, there was. Yes, there was one movie called not too long ago. I don't know if you remember Intimacy from England, a very strong graphic movie called Intimacy.
oh, what year was that?
That was like I think it was back in the late '90s.
Was it called Intimacy?
Yeah,
Who was in
Intimacy.
it again? Sorry, I just had to do something.
Uh, actually, I didn't know the actors very well. I don't think they were not well-known actors, British actors.
Oh,
I
I'll have
mean,
to look at that. Yeah, but don't you remember though, Carlos? Like in the 90s, like Faith, uh, Fatal Attraction come out, and people were trying to kind of do similar roles, like
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, like
Faithless or whatever. Unfaithful, that
yes,
one with Diane
yeah,
Lane. Yeah.
yes. I mean, there was actually a movie in the early '90s that came out that very few people remember. It was from
Uh,
Britain. It was called Drowning by Numbers.
Oh, I don't know that one. I
It's
didn't know I
it's
was
kind of
talking
like
about.
it's like a black comedy. It's about these women who I think
Oh, I love
murder
that comedy.
their husband or something. Yeah,
Ah,
yeah,
that sounds great. I'm gonna have to look that up.
yeah. It's Drowning by
Drowning.
Numbers.
I'm writing it down now. Drowning by numbers. Right, I'm right. I've just
Let
written
me
that
see if I
down.
can let me see if I can find it here. Maybe just a second. I want to find it here.
Is that? Well, it doesn't matter where it's
Yeah,
from, but it
yeah,
just sounds really
yeah,
fun.
that
I love
movie.
black comedy anyway. Um, like Dead Becomes Her obviously was a favourite, but I like all the old 50s. Like, do you like Lady Killers, like with Alec Guinness, like the old school?
Yeah,
Because
I
that's
seen
solid
that.
to
Yeah,
me.
I seen that.
Yeah, they tried to remake it though with Tom
Yeah.
Hanks, and it's not the same vibe, not to me.
Yeah. Okay, here it is. Let's see. Drowning by Numbers. Oh, here it is. Here's a movie. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, it says release date 1991. It stars
Oh,
Joan Plowright. Yeah,
yeah. Right, well, I've
and the
got it
movie's
written
not.
down.
Yeah, yeah. Drowning by Numbers. Joan Plowright. You know who she is? Yeah,
Oh, Joan Barrow. Oh, she's
Joan
one
Plowright.
of our
It's
classic English actresses. She
yeah,
was. Yeah.
yeah. She's in that movie. It's a story. It goes like this. It's a story about Cece Colpitts, played by Joan Plowright, drowns her cheating husband, and is in the ensuing cover up, enlists the help of lonely coroner Henry Madgett, played by Bernard Hill,
Oh,
an old friend with a long-standing weakness for her charms. But when Cece's daughter Judith Stevenson and granddaughter, let's see, let me just put
but you say what?
hmm,
When was it made? 1991. It sounds like a right, like a
91.
Alfred Hitchcock movie or something.
Yeah, it's more like a black comedy film, kind of like a suspenseful black comedy.
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
1891. I remember seeing it. I not seen it, but I remember seeing the trailer of the movies, and they in back in back at local art cinemas. I used to go to. Haven't been to one
Yeah,
of those in.
right. I love it.
Oh, here's some. Okay,
I, lo-
here's
I
some
love
ones.
I love coming up here, Carlos. I'm so sorry I haven't been up here for a while, but
Yeah.
I love our conversations about
Oh,
because a
that's
lot of
good.
people don't they don't get it really. Well, no, I'm not saying that they're not interested, but I like talking
Yeah.
to you about stuff.
Oh, that's good. Thank you, Jojo. Me too.
You're still
Okay.
taking me out dancing, though.
Yeah. Here's one movie that I no, it's American. Here's one
I just had a
movie.
bit of
The,
hassle today with someone on YouTube, but I'm not going to go into
yeah.
it.
Let's see. Here's one that I saw. Okay, there is one by Alfred Hitchcock. Sort of like an Alfred Hitchcock. It's a movie
Oh,
called. Oh my God, I forgot the name of it.
oh,
It's a
Jesus
movie
in
about
heaven.
these three British. It's about this. It's a Britain movie, British film. It's about these three. Uh, it's about three British college students. One girl and two boys, and they play this game. I don't know. They kill somebody,
Yeah.
and they have the body
Oh,
hidden somewhere, and then the body kind of like so I think disappears or something. And they're like, "Well, where's the body like that?" I see that. Let me see that movie. I saw it a long time ago. Long time ago, I saw it. Okay, here is one
oh,
movie.
what was that made in the early 60s, late 50s? Can you remember the
No,
name of it?
90s. 90s. Okay, the
Okay.
60s. You probably might be remember Peeping Tom. That's in the 60s. British film.
Yeah, no, Alfred Hitchcock, yeah. No, not Peeping
Yeah,
Tom, like the upstairs window, the back
yeah.
window. Can't remember
hmm
now.
Yeah, the one I'm yeah. Here it is. Yeah, that's the movie that. And here's another one. Let's see what's in that movie. Not Lost.
Hmm.
Oh man, I forgot the name of that movie. But
Oh,
I saw.
window. That was it. Rear view
Mm,
window.
mm.
Window.
Well, I think it was called Rear Window.
Yeah, I
Yeah, and
know. It's late
there was
here.
another
I'm getting.
movie. There was another like remake back in '85 or '86 with Steve Gutenberg, the
Um,
guy who was in the Police Academy
that's right.
movies.
Steve Guttenberg. He was in Three Men and
Yeah,
a Baby, wasn't he? Yeah.
yeah, yeah. He was in one movie that he made a movie in '85 about a woman about him about about same story that he sees a crime and nobody believes him and
Mm,
okay, we
that's
never
right.
really yeah
Yeah. I know
yeah
Alfred Hitchcock loved Cary Grant as his lead actor in a lot of movies.
yeah
Yeah. Yeah. North by
yeah
Northwest. That's a good one. And
yeah.
Vertigo.
Oh, I seen that
Yeah.
one, both of them.
Yeah.
Vertigo too.
Yeah. Really good.
Nice.
Got film
Yeah,
noir, isn't it? But yeah. I think he
yeah.
put a little bit of a spin on stuff.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Here's another one from your country that I remember seeing a long time ago. Long time ago. It was called The Missionary. John Cleese.
Oh, you have to remind me. It's probably before my time, but like, obviously, like you don't have to be born in the same era as
Yeah,
history.
well, that
So
was like that's '82. The movie '82.
I was 10 then. But yeah,
And
just
there's
remind
another
me of
movie.
it.
And there's another movie that came from your country, but when it came here in the United States, it didn't do very well in the cinemas. It just
Mhm.
went to television. It's a movie about
Okay, got
it's a
ya.
movie about a coming of age love story between two kids who fall in love, and the girl's called Melody. That's the name of the movie is called Melody. It's a
Oh, you talking about
1970.
not with Brooke Shields? No,
No,
that's
no, no, no. This is back.
no.
This is back. The movie. All of the actors are British actors. This is
Okay.
1971, and it's a story about two kids who are like 12 or something, and they fall in love. And there's
Oh,
and it has a very good has a very good it has a really good soundtrack. Even the Bee Gees appeared in that movie, with
oh, what? I'm
singing
gonna have to look
cameo.
it up. What's it called, Carlos? Is it the
Mellow,
Missionary?
okay, the missionary. That's with John Cleese. Is of
Right.
1982. So, yeah,
So, but no, but what one were you just talking about with the people falling in love? Is that something else?
Melody, Melody. That's a
Right.
1971
Got
film.
you.
I remember when I was
I think I've
when
heard of that actually.
yeah
I
when
have
I was
heard
a
of that.
kid. When I was a really young kid in Mexico, that movie was really big in cinemas. I saw it. I saw that movie
Yeah,
many times, and
you
it
like your British actresses, don't you? I
yeah, oh
love
yeah,
it.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
You like
I remember
Joanna Lumley's
also.
still hot. I tell you, she's like same age
I
as my mum, and my mum's my hot totty.
yeah, I remember.
Hands off.
I remember. I remember Diana Rigg in the Avengers. Remember her? She was pretty back
Oh,
then
Diana Rigg, yeah,
on
wonderful
the
actress.
Avengers.
Yeah.
In the
Anne
Avengers, and
Bancroft. I think she's American, wasn't she?
yeah,
Anne
yeah,
Bancroft.
there were a lot of them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and there was
Catherine Ross.
also yeah, yeah, there was a lot of them back then. And then there was a British who was a model and actress who actually left Britain and lived in Mexico all her life until she died. Like I think
Oh,
about 10 years ago.
really?
Yes.
Who? Who?
Let
Who?
me find her name. Okay, I'm
Oh
gonna
no. Matt is with M.
no, okay. Let me tell you what. Okay, okay. She was an aspiring
Okay,
model like in the late '60s in England, but I think she couldn't compete with Twiggy. You know Twiggy.
not Margarita Helver.
Twiggy. You remember Twiggy, the model from
No, I
back
know
then?
Twiggy. Of course, yeah.
Yeah,
I know
Twiggy,
Twiggy.
the actress, the model actress. Okay. So
Yeah, cool.
she left Britain and she settled in Mexico years and she made a lot of television and movies through the years until she died. And I think it was about over 10 years ago she died. Let
You're
me
not
find her
talking
name.
about Margaret Helver, no?
No, no, no. She had like a name. Her name was not her name was kind of like French, but she was British. She was born in England. And
Okay,
let me find her.
yeah. Go on then.
Okay,
It's
okay, okay. Let
interesting
me
that.
find her.
I love talking to you because you're
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah. Thank you. What is that movie I saw? That is It's from the year 2000. A movie she did. It was called Matando Cabos, a Mexican film. It's a black comedy
Madame.
from Mexico. It's called Killing Cabos.
Ah,
Cabos is killing.
killing.
Cabos.
Ah,
Yeah. It's a. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Here it is. Okay, let me look at the cast. Oh, okay, here's the cast.
yeah.
Mhm. Okay. Hmm. Oh, there she is. Her name. Oh no, her name was Jacqueline Voltaire.
Oh,
That
how
was her
how do you
name.
spell that? I'll have to look her up.
It's Volta
Mm, mm,
Y. No, IRE.
right. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll look that up.
Yeah.
So she passed away, did she recently or?
No, I think about 10 years ago she passed away,
Okay.
and she was cast in the movie called Matando Cabos. That movie is it's a black comedy from Mexico. From see what year is that movie? 2004.
I like the sound of that black comedies from Mexico. Like that. I
Yeah,
like the sound of that.
yeah. It's
Kill Bill.
Matando
No,
Cabos.
that sounds good.
It's a really funny black comedy about these guys who are being chased by these bad guys, and they do all this kind of funny stuff and everything. It's really
Oh, that sounds
hilarious.
wicked already to me. I love
Yeah,
all that. I love that.
yeah. Matando Cabos, the film. Yeah, it's 2004. The movie.
What is it?
Yeah.
Matanto. Matanto.
Matando
That's all right. I'll
Cabos.
find it. Just put a link in next time, then I'll find it. Yeah,
Okay.
sounds good. I like that.
Yeah,
That's where
Matando Cabos.
all the people like Tarantino get all this. They rip it off, don't
Yeah.
they? You know, I'm
No,
sorry,
actually,
but they do.
no.
They rip it off.
Well, Tarantino ripped up a lot of stuff from the
Of
spaghetti
course he has.
westerns and
Yeah,
the
exactly. Spaghetti westerns. Yeah,
spaghetti westerns
Italiano. Mm-hmm.
and some of the old television series from the 70s. The cop series and everything.
I mean, you can only copy so far back in humanity, can't you? Everything's been copied, but if you do it well, then you can get
Yeah,
away with doing it well.
yeah,
But yeah, I know what you're saying. It's like
hmm
Kojak with lollipops. I mean, I love lollipops, you know. I'm
yeah.
not copying Kojak
Oh,
though.
here's another. Yeah,
Telly
he's good.
Savalas.
Mm. Okay, here's one. Yeah, that's another movie. Here's another movie I want to tell you about from that era. This is
Yeah,
from the
go
year
on.
2000. It's
Yeah.
called Amores Perros.
Oh, does that mean I know Pedos is dog, but it's
No,
not.
yeah, Amores Perros. Perros. It's a story about this people who have these dog fights and the lust they have and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of
Mm.
a very disturbing film from 2000.
Okay, I have to look that up. Is it a Mexican movie or?
Yeah, it's Mexican.
Oh,
Yeah,
brilliant. Would
Amores
they have
Perros.
subtitles? Would I be able to watch it with
Yeah, they have.
English
Well,
subtitles?
they have subtitles. Yeah, they have
Amores
subtitles.
Pedos. Yeah, because I know
Yeah,
Pedos is dog, isn't it? But there's
yes,
another
it is.
meaning for Pedos, isn't there? Or
Perros. No, 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 no. That's well,
yeah,
pero
I
is
did a bit of
but
basic Spanish,
but
but
yeah, but
Carlos,
let me tell you something.
yeah.
Let me tell you something funny about it. Okay, pedo, like we say, he's a pedo. Like here, we hear a lot. Well, in Spanish, if you say that word, that means you're farting. Pedo. That's fart in Spanish. Yeah,
Love
in
it.
Spanish that's fart.
Have you ever been to Spain? Have you ever been to Española?
No, 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 never. But I've been Mexico,
Oh,
which
well, I've been there a couple of times. Oh my God, you'd love it there. I mean, it's only about an hour on the
yes,
plane, but I
oh
just
yes,
admire you because you can speak English as well. You know, not a
yeah.
lot of people can speak your language. You know,
Yes, yes, I'm from Mexico. Well, Mexico was was conquered by Spain, just like the
Really?
British came here, to America. Same thing. I mean, 100 years
Mm,
before, 100 years before the British came, the Spaniards, docked in what is now Mexico, and it was called, and they conquered Mexico, and the
yeah.
country was known. It was known as the New Spain. It was known as the New Spain.
Well,
For
that's like, yeah, I mean, most of South America speaks Espanol, but like Brazil is Portuguese, isn't it? But the English, I'll say it, like they were bullies, really, weren't they? They were trying to colonize everyone.
Yeah, but they
So,
didn't colonize that. I think Mexico. They didn't colonize.
mm,
They colonized from they colonized America and Canada, and the Spanish had colonized all the way from Mexico, all the way to Argentina, and except for Brazil, that's
mm,
also Portuguese.
right. Oh,
Yeah.
it just, I've never been ever, I've only ever been as far, I've been to Manhattan, I've been to Jamaica, obviously I've been on holiday to Europe, like Spain and Germany and places like that, but I've never ever been.
Well,
I would like to go to South America, but obviously you got to know where you got to go, innit?
well, I haven't been to Hollywood, in Mexico, in some years,
No,
but I like to go there
no,
sometime.
I know. I
Yeah.
bet you do. Yeah,
Well, I
yeah.
haven't been there in a while, in about
I'm
6
sure.
years now.
Mm.
I haven't been down there, but I sure would like to go. Maybe next year. I don't want to go now because it gets really hot during this time of year, and it's very terrible.
Oh, yeah.
It
It's all right if
rains,
you don't have
hot,
to work or anything. Yeah, if
yeah,
you want to relax,
mosquitoes,
it's fine.
yeah,
But yeah, I feel you. Yeah.
yeah, mosquitoes and humidity and hey, hello, Winky, how are you? Mhm.
Oh, Winky. Oh, come up, Winky. I love Winky. Her voice
Yeah,
is beautiful. It's really soothing.
yeah. Mhm. So I was telling you, so the weather down there, it's very hot and humid and mosquitoes and down there. I don't know.
Do you have to get nets, like mosquito nets and spray and things like that?
Well, I I am well, mm, when I went there, I used to buy repellent, spray,
Yeah.
repellent spray. I used to put on every day, every time when I went out or something, and especially had to stay away, be it out at night, because that's when the mosquitoes would come out at
Yeah.
night. Mosquitoes would come out, and then that's when I kind of like they stay low. And then if you went out, especially if you went out to someplace that was a little bit rural or something like that, there was more mosquitoes would come.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
I tell you, that's so fun. I'm a bit of a nerd. You know me, Carlos. I'm a bit of a nerd. I go on Vinny G's and one of his great mods that I know, Amaya. She said, look up the Australian map where the most populated areas, and it was all around the coast. Like most of Australia is not populated. It's just vast.
no.
It's like,
Well, most people
wow,
live on the coast.
yeah, highly
Most people
populated. Yeah.
live on the coast. It's so dry and
Oh, I
you
would
know.
like to be dumped out there. I'll be dead in about a minute.
Mm. Well, it was once a prison, Australia.
I know. Well, a lot of convicts came over from UK and Ireland and places like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but through the years, I have met a lot of people from England, and some of them have told me that they have relatives in both New Zealand and in Australia.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that have been immigrants, and it happens all around the world, doesn't it? Yeah,
Yeah, because
for
people
reasons.
they'll tell me they have uncles and relatives that live in Australia, and Australians have uncles and relatives in Tulsa that live in England.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, they treated it like a sort of, well, there's a myth in it, like, oh, it's a prison country. No, but they had convicts, so they dumped them, but people immigrated. Like I've been watching a lot about. I'm a bit of a binger nerd, Carlos. Do you know what that? Do you understand what I'm saying? I watch something for like 2 weeks solid, and then I go on to something else for 2 weeks solid. So I've been watching about the Titanic because obviously it's 110 years ago,
Mm,
and the people that were on the ship and first, second class.
mhm.
Yeah, I follow all
Oh,
that. So yeah.
hold on. Let me tell. Winky asked me a question. Oh, Winky, I am Mexican. Actually, yeah, hmm Mexican. Actually, I was born in Mexico,
Mhm.
but I've been here since 1978 here in the United States. All right,
There
go
you go.
go ahead.
I
Yeah,
love
go ahead, Winky.
Winky. She's amazing. No, no, you're okay. I can't remember now
Okay.
what I was
Uh,
saying.
okay. Well, Mexico has some sites, some regions. You go to, you think you're walking
Mhm.
in Spain.
Wow,
Yeah.
it sounds.
Oh, awesome, Winky. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you think you're walking through Spain.
Why
It's
can't
in
I see
a
Tiger Kitty in the chat? It's
what?
Tiger Kitty here. I can't see her. I can't see her on my chat.
I see her. Yeah, I see.
I can't see her. Why can't I
Who?
see Tiger?
Oh, I don't. Wait a minute.
Diego
I
de
don't.
Skidam.
Okay. Yeah, and Mexico has places that are they're like Spain. They look like there's this
Yeah.
region. There's a city in central Mexico called Guanajuato, which is a city. As you walk through, you'll think you're walking to a Spanish village in Spain. The buildings are very old, date back from the 17th century and
Oh wow,
16
like Moorish.
from the
Yeah.
16th and
Yeah.
17th century. Yeah, date back from the 17th
Wow.
century, like that. And they have this museum down there. Mm. They have this museum down over there. This museum, you go in, and it's the museum of the mummies.
Oh wow.
Yes, mummies that were people that lived back in the 1800s, 1700s, and so on, who were and who donated, whose bodies were mummified there. And you go in, very creepy place to visit.
I
Yeah,
like all that though. I mean, I'll get called the creeper on here because like I've
yeah.
got white skin, but that don't bother
Oh, yeah.
me. But
And there's
I
also,
love all that.
yeah, this is something that most people don't know about Mexico from here. But down there in Guanajuato, there's these musicians that walk during the like at night or something, and they're dressed in 16 in 17 no in it's like 17th century costumes. They're dressed
Oh
like
wow.
Shakespearean costumes. Yeah, they dress and they play guitar, mandolin, and all that, and they go
Oh, I love all that.
and they
Yeah, that's
sing and they
brilliant. Yeah.
sing and they sing songs, uh, 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 old songs like that. Chorus, bum, boom, and they walk just
Yeah,
like
like with the mandolin and the flute and
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. They do that. They
Whereabouts
walk.
is that, Carlos?
That's
Whereabouts? Donde eres?
central. It's in central part of Mexico called Guanajuato.
Okay, sounds
Oh
good.
yes, oh yes, Winky. The island of the Dolls. Yes, that's in Mexico City, and it's in a place called Xochimilco. It's like a park. Xochimilco is a place where people go. They rent these like little boats or something like kind of like Venice or something, and they go through, and there's an island in those where those channels and those are, and there's a lot of these dolls. They're old dolls put there. Chances are, this years ago, like back in the '70s, early '70s, there was this I don't know, this creepy guy who liked to collect dolls. I don't know, he was weird or something, and he put all these dolls there.
I
And
love all
legend
that
has it,
though. I
yeah,
think it's
yeah, legend
brilliant.
has it, if you remove a doll, you'll have bad luck.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like I love all that. I mean, up as well. Up where
Yes.
near where I live, we've got like it's pirate country, and we've got a lot
Yes.
of
Yeah.
kind of
Oh yeah.
culture and yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that sounds
You.
wicked. I'm gonna have to look that up. I love dolls
Yeah.
anyway. I'm a bit of a freak on dolls,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
old fashioned dolls. Yeah, I love
Well,
them.
I remember I once scared Quinn that I had a voodoo doll with him, and he says, "Oh no, a voodoo doll, not for me."
Oh,
Quinn.
Quinn's a bloody drama doll, isn't he? God.
I I scared.
I love him, but get some old whip.
He says, "Oh
Still love
no, a
you,
voodoo."
Quinn, if you're listening.
Yeah, no, he's a good guy, Quinn. I like Quinn.
I like him too. I like him
Yeah.
too. I don't care if anyone can hear me. I'm just saying he's hard work sometimes, but I don't
Yeah.
speak to him a lot. Sometimes he says hello to me, sometimes he doesn't. But I wish him well. I really do.
Oh, here it is. Here it is. He goes here. It says right here, the island of the Dolls, located in the channel of Xochimilco, center of the south of the center of Mexico City, but close to the Estadio Azteca, close to the football stadium, is a China. It's a Chinampa of the Laguna of
Mm.
Tezuelo, one of the main attraction channels. Let's see, it's more to it. Here's the story. Yeah, yeah, it goes here. Okay, the island of the Dolls. Look at it. Okay, the watching up on the attractions channel. Dolls of vicious styles and colors are found throughout the island. Originally placed by a former owner of the island, Juan Santana Barrera, he believed the dolls helped to chase away the spirit of a girl who drowned years ago. He
Wow.
died in 2001 of a heart attack, but sources say he was close to the same spot where the girl drowned. Yeah. Yeah, and he believed, and he put all these dolls over there. It says that that doll will keep the spirit of the little girl who drowned in those channels. Well, a lot of people drown there, in that channel because they rent those boats like that, and you can bring beer and get drunk in some boat. Yeah,
My kind of boat. No, I'm just saying, you know myths, don't you, obviously, Carlos? Like, things get passed down by legends and then things get skewed. So, a lot of it's myth, in my opinion. But you never know. You never know.
oh, it goes back to okay. It goes to the island of the dolls originally owned by Don Julian Santana Barres, full of dolls hanging from trees and buildings covered with cobwebs and insects. The place was named in the 1950s when the dolls started randomly appearing on the island. Santana was a neighbor of the Barrio de la Asunción, where he used to go drink pulque, and pulque it's a liquor, Mexican liquor that looks like milk, very strong. You don't want to drink.
Okay. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
yeah. After
That's what I say. What
after some,
Winky just wrote. It's almost like you can make a movie out of what she just wrote. Like
yeah,
people get so much inspiration from because I like horror. But I like gothic horror. I like suspense.
yeah,
You know, the dolls sound really suspenseful and shocking. I love all
yeah.
that. Inches of
And here's
water, right where the little girl. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. And here's how
amazing.
the legend started. And here's how the legend started. According to legend, a young girl drowned entangled among the lilies of the canal, and her body was found on the banks of the Santampa Chinampas. Santana claimed to have heard the girl crying out, "I want my doll," and terrified, hung up the doll he found near the girl's body. After that, every time he went outside, he found a new doll hanging from one of the trees. He later died in the exact same spot the girl as a drowned girl. And many believe that this death was caused by the girl's spirit, which still haunts the island. Here's 1987. In 1987, an eco-tourist rescue was made, and the island was found covered with water lily after the death of Santana that Chinampa became a tourist attraction. The p- okay, oh yeah, here it goes. The place
Wow.
began gaining fame in 1943 when Mexican film director Emilio Fernandez filmed a film called uh, um, Maria
There you
Candelaria, where
go.
a
See?
significant number of international local channels have featured articles on the island, including the Huffington Report Travel Channel and ABC News. The dolls are still on the island, which is accessible by boat. The island was featured on the Travel Channel show Ghost Adventures and on Amazon Prime show Lord, and also featured in Buzzweed Unsolved.
Oh,
Yes,
Winky's
yes,
got to go. Good night, Winky. I love you. Take care,
yeah.
darling. Wow, that's cool.
Well,
I'll have to
Winky.
look that up.
Okay, Winky. Bye, Winky, and thanks for coming by. And see you soon. And it shows right here. And in 19,
Night, darling.
and guess what? In the episode of called "The Christmas Las Mañanitas" of the Spanish comedy Nosotros los
Mm-hmm.
Guapos for Televisa, where Albertano, the main characters, and Albert are left behind on the island by irritated Doña Cuca, and the night falls, and they are rescued by local emergency crews and end up in the news. Oh, that was so funny. Today I saw that episode. What a coincidence! But let's go back here
Yeah, I
where it
know.
says,
Yes,
okay, here's the
love that.
story. Okay, let's go back here about the director who filmed there, Emilio Fernandez. He was a famous director. He was sort of like the Steven Spielberg of Mexico. He made a lot of films back in the
Right.
40s and 50s.
Fernando Fernandez. I think I've heard of him actually. Yeah.
No, no, well, no, well, he had a brother named Fernando Fernandez who was also an actor and singer, and then he had another brother named
Mm,
let's see, what was his name? Jaime Fernandez, who was also an actor too. But Emilio did some movies with.
mm,
He made movies in the United States. He made films with. He appeared in one John Wayne film, and he appeared in several
wow.
American films. Yeah. Well, this movie he made in 1943, a film that went to a lot of film festivals about this girl named Maria
Mhm.
Candelaria, who was a poor Indian peasant woman who at the
Right.
end of the movie um, there's this Italian artist who lives in that region, and he wants
Mhm.
to do a nude photo, a nude painting of a woman, and he wants Maria Candelaria to be. So when they
Yeah.
so at the end of the movie, this girl says Maria Candelaria is not going to do it, but she has the same body. You can put just the head. Nobody will know the difference.
Oh,
Okay,
I see. Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, but check this out. Check this out. What happens? But when the people found out that she did that painting, the new painting, she didn't do it, but it wasn't. But it was. She was. Just the head was her. But when she did that,
Yeah, I see
when
what you're
people found
saying.
out about
Yeah.
the
Oh my
painting,
God. Yeah.
the people enrage, follow her
I bet.
and threw rocks. No, wait a minute. Well, let me tell you what happened. And they threw rocks at her, and they beat her up, and they beat her to
Oh,
death. Yeah,
what?
because
When
they
was
were
this?
because
When was this?
no, this isn't the
When was this?
movie. 1943 film.
Oh, right. Oh my God, that's awful.
Yes, because the people, people were very, they didn't, that was, I mean, the movie took place in 1906 or 1905, but back in those
That's like
days,
YouTube when people gang up on people, doesn't it? Do you
yeah,
know?
well, that was, how it was in villages. People are very more
Mm.
conservative. You do this stuff like that, that's how. Yeah, that's another story mhm, about the house about the Isla Las Muñecas, island of the dolls. Creepy story, man, from Mexico
Oh,
City.
I love
Yeah.
dolls though. Just old dolls. I don't like new, like bloody Barbie or anything. I'm not talking
Well,
about those sort of dolls.
well, I'm gonna find another story that it's also one of the most. It's a story that for years my grandfather told
Mm.
us was kid just to scare us and if we were acting naughty. told us a story.
Yeah.
It's a story about
Mm.
let's see. Oh, here. Okay, here we go. They made several movies about it, but here's the story about it. It's a story of La Llorona, the whipping lady. The story that
Mm.
goes back to it goes back to the 18 to the um it goes back
1800
to the
or
18. No, it goes back to after it goes back maybe to the 16. No, to the 17th century. Goes back.
right, so
Yeah,
17th century, right? Okay, so that's the 1600s.
yeah.
Yeah, you always go forward because you're
It
in
says
the
here.
21st century, but it's the 2000s. Right? Yeah, got ya.
Yeah, it's a story. Says the waiter, La Llorona ventricles, who roams waterfront areas, mourning her children whom she drowned.
Oh,
Let's see. Here's a myth.
oh,
Yes, it's a story.
you're talking about Shutters Island? No, that's a movie, isn't it?
No.
Oh, they must
It's
have back
the
off that one.
yeah, the legend of yeah. It's here are the origins. It goes back to Mexico City many years ago, but South America
Wow.
has a lot of also. But here's the one. The legend of Llorona traditionally told throughout Mexico and Central America and northern South America. La Llorona is sometimes conflated with La Malinche, the Nahua woman who served Hernan Cortes and also bore his children. La Malinche is
Wow.
considered both the mother of the modern Mexican people and symbol of national treasury for her role in aiding the Spanish. It means that she was like Mexican, like we Mexicans.
Yeah.
We're half traditionally. We are half Indian. Which native Indian and Spaniards.
Yeah. Cool. So let me remember. Yeah.
For
Yeah.
example,
I
yes,
get you.
I have Spanish blood from you too.
Well, obviously. Of course you do. Yeah.
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 And here's the story. The stories of the weeping female phantoms are common in the folklore both of Iberian and our Merindian cultures. Scholars have pointed out
Wow.
similarities between La Llorona and the Cihuacotla. Ask them actually
Wow. I love all
as
this.
yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah,
I love all that. Oh my God. I love culture and
yeah,
heritage and all around the world. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
yeah, yeah. La Llorona's been popular in many in songs and even in movies and books and everything for many years and on television in Mexico for many years.
Yeah,
It's a story that
I think they've influenced a lot of films,
yeah,
a lot of, well, culture, really. Songs, people, books, literature. It's a
yeah.
big influence.
They say they say here that La Llorona resembles uh, to the ancient Greek tale of Demigoras Lamia, in which Hera, Zeus's wife, learned of his affair with Lamia and killed the children of Lamia had with Zeus out of jealousy over the loss of her own children. Lamia killed other women's children. That's in the ancient Greek
Wow.
mythology. Yeah.
Oh, is that a Greek mythology? Right. Okay. Got you.
Mm.
Like, so Lamia was like a slayer of children. Was she?
Yeah. Yeah.
Was she a
That's
goddess,
it.
though? Did they revere her at the time?
Yeah, and this is the legends that are similar to La Llorona. This the legend of La Llorona, which is very similar to that. hmm
It's
And it goes back to
fascinating. I
people
love
like
it.
you.
I love all that. I mean, we used to do like, I've got a friend, Diamantes, but he moved back to Greece. I really miss him. Whenever you
Yeah.
say Greek, I'm like, oh, I miss him. He was my best friend, but not lovers or anything, just
Mm.
platonic friendship. But
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
he used to tell me about stuff like that. Yeah.
And here it is, Martin Ghost Legends. Okay, here we go. La Llorona, this is one of them. Yeah, La Llorona, the women, woman, yeah. Here's one called, there's one. Oh, yeah,
So what's the time there then, Carlos?
yeah. 4:06.
Oh, you're right in the afternoon. Yeah, it's just gone midnight here. I'll stay up for a couple of minutes. Do you know what?
Okay.
I don't come up often, but I find it so fascinating talking to you. I really do. I'm sorry that I get tired, but it's late. But I really appreciate you. I really, really do.
Oh, thank you, Jojo. Me too.
Nada,
Yeah.
nada, nada.
Oh, yeah. Here's some
Trying to
legends. Here's a
go on,
legend of
then.
it.
You gotta tell me some more stuff before I go.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Here's one. Here's an interesting one. Here's an interesting one that's part of Mexican folklore. Post
Mm.
folklore. It's a story about Charro Negro. El Charro means like a cowboy in Mexico. He's a man who wears
And
big,
Negro
the
is
big,
black, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah. But
yeah.
yeah, black hat, but he's a big hat. Wears.
Wow.
It's a story. Well, they say back years ago there was a man who wanted everything, who wanted to be rich, rich, very rich. So one day he decided to make a pact with the devil, and then
Mm.
the devil told him, "Your time is up. You're gonna come with me." No, I'm not gonna come with you. Yes, you are. You're gonna come with me. And he just like ran, and then until and then he told his servants to lock all the doors and don't let nobody in. And he was nervous, and he died inside that. And legend has it that he appears at night watching like that
Oh,
torch.
that's put a shiver up me. That.
Mm,
Wow.
yeah.
What? So, what's the folklore? Because you know what I'm like. I'll probably look it up. What's the folklore of that called again?
It's called El Charro Negro. It's EL
Oh, right, hang
CH.
on. I'm going to write this down. E-L.
It's
Yeah,
EL, and then the
yeah.
next word is Charro. It spells CHRARRO.
Got it.
The next word is Negro.
Negro.
NE.
Negro. Yeah, got it.
Yeah, that's the
Oh, I'm going to
legend
have
of
to.
him.
Oh, that's send a shiver up my spine, that is.
Yeah, that's the legend. He sold his soul to the devil so he can
I
be
love
rich
that.
and
I
powerful.
love that.
Yeah. But when the devil said, Your
Shadow
time is up,
Negro.
gonna have to come with me. So he didn't want that. He got scared, and the legend has it, he's seen his horse roam. Like, and
Oh,
there's one legend also about this wagon that appears, like the horse buggy
oh God, yeah,
appears.
like Dick
And
Turpin. Yeah.
yeah, and every time somebody dies, that horse buggy appears and takes that person's
Oh,
soul away. Yeah.
it's like the Highwaymen, isn't it? Like the myths. Well, I mean, we got a lot of English folklore myths go.
Oh yeah, England. Yeah, I would just say that
Yeah.
England is one of the
Oh,
capital of
we'll
all
have
this
to do
stuff.
that another night, definitely. Oh, I
Yes,
love that
indeed.
though. Oh, you
Okay,
you
we'll
just
do
told
that.
me a ghost story then, and now I'm tingling.
Yeah, I'll tell you more, and we'll have another ghost thing around this week.
Definitely.
There's a lot of people have been asking me for more of those stories, so we're gonna do another
Oh
one.
yeah. Do you know
That
Duke Landry? He's into all that. Might maybe get
yes,
him up.
yes. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I'll tell him. Yeah, I'll tell him. I'll tell him
yeah,
if
that'd be good.
when I go to maybe when I see him over at G tonight. I guess if G goes on.
Yeah. Oh, I'll be asleep then. No
Yeah,
offense to Jude. I hope he's okay. Give him my love. But,
yeah.
oh, Carlos, I love you to bit. You know that. And
Exactly. I
thank
love
you
you
so
too,
much
Jojo.
for having a
You too,
lovely chat.
Jojo.
I really enjoyed
You
that.
take care. You take
You
care, okay?
too.
And
I will
you have a
speak
good
to you.
night's
I'll
sleep,
probably see you
okay?
tomorrow in somewhere. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, we'll talk. We'll talk more
Mwah.
about this in another chat. Yeah.
Oh
You too,
my
Jojo.
God,
Thanks
yes,
for coming.
definitely. Take
All right.
care, love. Love you. Buenas noches.
Bye bye, Jojo.
Bye. Bye bye.
Buenas
Bye.
noches. Bye bye.